RGG Studio created one of the most beloved franchises in gaming, the Yakuza series.
Can you tell me how to get to the station?
Go! Straight! And turn right! Go, go, go! Go your way! Believe yourself!
I was not a day one fan who grew up with it from the beginning of time. My entry point was Yakuza 0, and what pulled me in was not just the absurd humor or sub-stories, but the heart of it. Family, loyalty, consequence. Even while telling stories set in a violent criminal underworld, the series always drew a clear moral line. Certain crimes were never brushed aside, especially violence against women. The games did not excuse it, they punished it. That is why so many fans trusted this franchise. It felt like the story knew what line should never be crossed. So this puts me in an uncomfortable position, because now I have to ask a question I never expected to ask. Why would RGG Studio hire a real-life abuser and then stay silent about it? And how did they lose even more trust through the Yakuza Kiwami 3 remake and the Dark Ties situation? Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm the globalcherry, and yeah, we need to talk about this. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe after it's over. Now let's jump in. Throughout the Yakuza series, characters actively protect others. Kiryu becomes a father figure to Haruka. Majima protects Makoto, even when ordered to kill her in Yakuza 0. That chivalry mattered. Fans felt the story cared about who was being hurt and why. And when harm did occur, it was never meaningless. In Yakuza Kiwami 1, Sohei Dojima attempts to assault Yumi Sawamura, a childhood friend of Kiryu and Nishiki. That moment drives the entire story forward. Nishiki kills Dojima, Kiryu takes the blame, actions have consequences, and the narrative takes it seriously. Even when the franchise had out-of-context moments, fans still felt respected and loved the series more. Story-wise, gameplay-wise, things mattered. I felt that same care in Judgment and Lost Judgment too.
It's time to use my best combat move! I call this being an alcoholic!
But trust does not disappear all at once, it cracks first. That crack showed itself during RGG's summit on September 24, 2025, when Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties were announced. Then the demos dropped and the reaction was very negative on Steam. I'm used to Yakuza's older animation, so I gave it a fair shot. How bad could it be? And I could understand the reason behind some negative reviews. One Steam review pointed out that it runs on the same engine as Yakuza 6, a 10-year-old game, yet somehow looks worse, and Ryukyu is painfully oversaturated. I was fine with exaggerated visuals in Pirate Yakuza because it fit Majima, it makes sense. Here, it does not. The lighting is blinding, like turning on your phone screen on at 3 in the morning. Combat was another concern. Yakuza combat has always been stiff, but fun. I liked how the demo showed that you're able to do many things in combat, but what concerned me was Yokoyama's statement. Yokoyama allegedly joked that you could clear the game holding the controller backwards. And if it's true, I have to ask, who was asking for the game to be easier? Alongside that, RGG began recasting major characters and changing their designs. Take Rikia.
ヘビじゃねえよ、ハブ！ハブだ、ハブ！捨て頃のハブっつってんだろ！ヘビじゃねえ、ハブ！ハブだ、ハブ！捨て頃のハブだっつってんだろ！
Brother, who is this man? This is not Rikia. He was a proud Okinawan who respected Kiryu enough to call him Aniki, and even took a bullet for him. That identity was core to who he was. In this remake, that cultural grounding is gone. Rikia is not alone.
いや、私と兄貴はラブラブなカップルだから問題ないでしょ。
おい。
Hamazaki was also recast. These changes might seem minor to a few players, but they stop being harmless when the remake replaces the original. That concern grew when reports surfaced that RGG may delist Yakuza 3 after Yakuza Kiwami 3 releases, locking the remastered version behind a bundle. Does this sound familiar, guys? Remember when they previously delisted the original Yakuza 0, replacing it with the director's cut? That upset fans. But the breaking point came with Hamazaki's casting. RGG announced at the summit that Teruyuki Teruyuki Kagawa would voice Go Hamazaki. Fans immediately objected because serious essay allegations against Kagawa had already been publicly reported years earlier. In 2022, Japanese magazine Shukan Shincho detailed an incident from 2019 involving 2 women SA'd by Kagawa at a hostess club in Tokyo's Ginza district. One was left with PTSD, the other with some of her hair pulled out with images circulating regarding the incident online. Kagawa's agency later acknowledged wrongdoing. He issued vague public apologies, lost major sponsorships including Toyota, and disappeared from the entertainment briefly. No criminal charges were filed. By December 2022, he returned to the stage. This context matters because when RGG cast him anyways, fans felt the studio had ignored everything the series once stood for. Social media backlash followed worldwide. The hashtag #RemoveKagawa trended. A petition calling for his recasting approached 10,000 signatures. I already know someone will say, this is in the past. Japan forgave him. But if RGG can recast major characters without hesitation, they could recast him too. There are countless talented actors in Japan who deserve that role. Pierre Taki was replaced in Judgment right before its release over drug charges. Recasting is clearly possible. Keeping Kagawa was a choice, and that choice feels like an insult to the victims. RGG made it worse by staying silent. The studio spoke about patching graphics issues, but said nothing about the casting, and the irony is painful. In Dark Ties, there is a storyline where Mine helps rehabilitate the public image of known sexual offender Kanda through a minigame literally called Damage Control. Knowing everything that happened, that no longer feels fictional, it feels uncomfortable. Then there are the reported retcons. Originally, Mine sacrifices himself. In Kiwami 3, he apparently survives a 50-story fall by landing in a bush, joins the Daidoji faction, and rewrites events that affect Yakuza 4. Even Hamazaki joins the Daidoji faction. The Daidoji faction did not even exist until Yakuza 6. If these set changes clearly improve the story, I might trust the studio, but I do not. Undoing decades-old creative decisions feels unnecessary and messy. At that point, it may have been better to create a new game or focus on another game with existing Yakuza characters. Delisting the originals only deepens that distrust. It makes me uneasy about the future remakes of Yakuza 4 or 5. Like, I love the series. That is why these situations have left a sour taste in my mouth. For now, I am waiting. I want to see gameplay and reviews after launch before deciding if it's worth trying, but I think I'm passing on day 1. Although Gang of Dragons looks interesting.
Just kill him!
And I'm curious about Nagoshi Studio's direction, but as for Kiwami 3, I'm stepping back. That said, I'm not telling anyone what to do. It is your money and your choice. I also do not support harassment of voice actors or developers who are not responsible for these decisions. I'm speaking up because it genuinely feels like RGG shot themselves in the foot, and I always feel like I could confide in you guys on where my thoughts are on certain matters, and I want to hear your opinion on these as well. Are you still buying the game? Are you skipping it? Or are you pulling a majima and pirating it? Let me know in the comments. That is all for today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more content like this, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and that's all.